So there's this girl that goes to my church. She's that girl that everyone knows, grew up in the church. Literally, they've seen her from a baby to a youth. Her freshman year of high school, she got herself into this partying scene where she was out drinking and smoking, and one thing led to another, and when she was in summer school that year, she ended up getting molested by a stranger in the woods. And after that happened to her, everything was just going downhill. She ended up going into juvie, her father died, and she just felt so worthless, like there was nothing to happen to her. I just want you guys to keep that in your mind, because in 1 Corinthians 9:24-27 it says, "Do you not know that in a race all the runners run, but only one gets the prize? Run in such a way as to get the prize. Everyone who competes in the game goes into strict training. They do it to get a crown that will last forever. Therefore I do not aimlessly run, I do not fight like a boxer beating the air. No, I strike a blow to my body, and it is my slave, so that after I have preached to others, I will not be disqualified from the prize." A few things that came to my mind when reading this passage was, one, everyone's running a race. Whether you're a Christian, not, whatever religion you are, you're running a race. And number two, there's two different finish lines, and basically you need to pick which one you're running for. And unfortunately in life, it's not that easy. You can be like, okay, I'm in A. Nope, never mind, I'm in B. Because God did not make life that easy. For the girl in my story, she thought that her race was over. She thought she made it to the finish line, and she failed. Like right now, I'm doing a 5K with my youth pastors, and we're training for July. And the first day we started running, my body was literally so numb. I did not want to get out of bed. I did not want to go to school. And I'm like, nope, that's it. Not doing it. I'm over it. And in that moment, God's like, whoa, Melissa, stop. If you think 5K is hard to train for, imagine how I feel. I did not make this easy for you. I want you to feel the burn to make it to my finish line. And think about other people in the Bible that had the same things. In Mark, it was the woman with the issue of blood. She had that issue for 12 years. Imagine her thought process. She must have been like, okay, that's it, my race is done. Well, no. She touched Jesus' garment, and that just started her mile again. She ended her mile where she thought she had finished, and she started a new one. Or Bartimaeus, who was blind, and literally just screaming for God to heal him. The minute God healed him, that started the next mile in his life. Or Paul, who was in jail, but God just kept on telling him, no, finish the race, finish the race. What would have happened if he threw in the towel? People today take things so literal and so hard where they're like, okay, that's it, too hard, throwing in the towel. Well, if Paul did that, we wouldn't have 13 books in the Bible. People have this one set mind thinking process, and God's like, no, that's not how I planned it. If the girl in the beginning of the story I told you said, okay, I'm in juvie, whatever, that's okay, I'm done. Nope, my dad died, I'm done. She wouldn't be standing here in front of you preaching this sermon. I didn't stop running the race because I knew that wasn't the finish line for me. I knew that God had a better plan for my life, and I didn't throw in the towel. So I want to challenge you today. Don't stop running your race because you don't know what's around that bend until you get there. If Paul stopped, if I stopped, if anyone in any story in the Bible stopped running their race, they wouldn't have found the true finish line. Because the finish line for me is when I get to heaven and God says, well done, my good and faithful servant. And I promise you, no matter what, you will not regret finishing the race. Because I know I didn't. Thank you.